Bonsoir.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
It's late, I'm tired, let's do this.
Yes.
You actually Bamseom Soul Pirates if you didn't read the description.
And for people who don't speak multiple E's, that is Bamseom Pirates Seoul Inferno.
That's the one. This one's part of the Create initiative at the film festival, and if I can find that segment in my... I got a new guide, by the way, because the other one was falling apart.
Yeah, we realised when it didn't have the front and the back, we probably needed to invest in finding a new one. But yeah, so this was a documentary about the careers of a South Korean band named Bamseom Pirates, and they're rather controversial.
It's our very first documentary review.
Yes, yes it is. Which actually makes it a little bit interesting, a little bit odd to sort of evaluate in my opinion.
Why don't I bother to flick through these things? Just go for the index.
Yeah, makes more sense.
Okay,
but
newsflash, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, this one was. Remember when we said on Brigsby Bear vlog that we kind of had a couple of films where we both agreed we wanted to see it? This was one of them.
Yeah, this was definitely one of them. So it sort of catalogues the events and the careers of two guys in Bamseom Pirates and their subject matter, which is typically a sort of sarcastic, subversive look at South Korean society and the impact of North Korean society as well. So they basically form a black metal band, and instead of praising Satan, they praise Kim Jong-un, which I think is one of the quotes from the actual documentary.
Well, the Seoul Inferno is a reference to the talks between North and South Korea in the 90s, where they said if we were to go to war, Seoul would become an inferno.
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting documentary in a sense. It doesn't really just tackle the band themselves. It also tackles youth and expression and the feeling of paranoia by the previous generation in Korea, because you really get a sense that they're very paranoid about the idea that North Korea is going to influence.
And for such a sort of outlandish, controversial band as Bamseom Pirates, their entire career, their discography is basically just a huge to establish South Korean society.
But at the same time, they don't feel any love for North Korean society. They make that very clear in...
Yeah, again, we won't go into too much detail, but mainly sort of try to separate themselves from politics, and their idea of though they sort of, they have a song called Praise Kim Jong-un. Sorry, Praise Kim Jong-il. And while they have really sort of controversial messages in their songs and in the titles of the songs, they don't actually sort of commit to that ideology, to that political ideology, and they make that clear because it is basically, to them, it's just a farce.
Yeah, well, one of them did say on the road that if he was in North Korea, he probably would have been executed by now.
Absolutely, yeah.
I really like this documentary. I like documentaries about musicians. I think musicians lead very interesting lives. I mean, I've watched documentaries like Iron Maiden Flight 666, and there's a really great documentary called Metal Headbanger's Journey, which is all about that genre. I like a lot of Sam Dunn's work, and this reminds me a lot of what Sam Dunn does, but it also reminded me a lot of a Louis Theroux production. It reminded me very much of that.
Fair enough.
As in, it wasn't really trying to take a side, it was just trying to look at the issue in a sense, even despite the fact that it's an issue where you expect someone to take a side.
Yeah. And it didn't actually, so it also detailed the events around, and I can't remember the name of the guy, except for his second name is Park, but you probably will have heard about it in media outlets, where a guy, a South Korean dude, retweeted a tweet from a North Korean supporting...
No, I think it was a tweet from an actual North Korean. It was actually a North Korean tweet. For some reason they've got some sort of controlled version of Twitter up there now.
Yeah,
and that landed him in a bit of trouble with South Koreans because it violated their national security laws or something like that.
And it's this whole sort of ongoing dispute with the Bamseom Pirates as to the limits of the international of the national security laws set in place, and how they sort of toe the line all the time, and what they organise protests and they perform very publicly, often singing about the controversy around the North and South divide in Korea. But yeah, so it also highlights several other issues, including the position of the youth and how they view themselves, I think, which is.
What did you think of this documentary as a whole, really?
I really enjoyed it. I think it took several directions I didn't quite expect. I thought it was just going to be a sort of, political statements about, highlighting issues between the two, between the North and South, but it actually opened up a lot to the youth culture and people's position within society.
Yeah, and I mean, it does what any good documentary does, which is it took me in a place I didn't expect to go, and it made me very interested in the subject I wasn't previously that interested in before.
Yeah, it was very informative.
Yeah, I found it very informative. We actually saw it at the Institute of Creative Arts, in a very, very posh part of London, sort of near the River Thames and Piccadilly Circus.
It's well to find.
There's a lot of wealth around that part,
yeah.
And it was so hard to find, as you point out, because Google Maps took us in a bit of the wrong direction, and surprising. We did manage to find it in the end. We were on time, fortunately. We weren't coming in late. I did notice a few people came in late to this one.
Yeah, again, it's probably due to the fact that they couldn't find the entrance.
Yeah,
because both Google Maps and Apple Maps failed us, so fix that.
I really like the band actually that featured in this. The bands are really good.
Yeah, so they said very early on that they didn't really consider themselves like an actual. They didn't consider themselves as proper musicians. Like, well, okay, not like that. But they didn't think that the songs they made were any good. They just thought it's basically thrash and sort of black metal.
It's definitely more punk influence. I think.
Yeah,
I get more sense of the hardcore punk scene
because of the sort of political message that the music portrays. But they don't actually intend to make anything that sounds good. It's just noise, basically. It's someone playing the drums.
Yeah, or there was just woke up one song where they got a vuvuzela out or something like that.
Yeah, and like one of those. As well.
What I like about this band though is many bands like this take themselves way too seriously. These guys do not take themselves seriously. They basically say, "Yeah, we are shite.
Yeah.
Here's a load of our songs. You can download it for free off the Pirate Bay."
Yeah. So at the end of it, they literally give you the link from where you can torrent all of their first album on Pirate Bay.
And it did actually. It interestingly. It's also said at the end of the band had broken up twice. Once on Twitter in 2012 and once on Facebook in 2016. So what that means, I have no idea.
I'm not even sure of the status. To be honest.
I don't think they're going to stay broken up. I think we'll see them again.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see. Certainly. I mean, I haven't got around to doing a Google search because we've literally just got in, but.
Do you know what? It's a good documentary. I felt like I'm glad we saw at least one documentary whilst we were here because. But at the same time, I'm glad to be going back. I'm kind of glad to be going back to my comfort zone starting tomorrow.
Yeah, seeing. Wait, so what is it we're seeing tomorrow?
We're seeing Five Fingers of Marseille, which is one of the ones you
right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There is one more showing of this one. If you've seen this, but the problem is I don't know whether we'll highlight it because by the time I upload this tomorrow,
yeah, it might not be up by the time. It probably won't be up by the time.
It will not be up by the time, so I'm not even going to bother highlighting it. It was on probably the day we uploaded this around lunchtime.
So it's 1 PM on Saturday the 7th, just in case we manage to get it up.
At the PCC, but I think by the time we get it up, you literally would have to leave. You'd have to be living nearby. You'd have to leave the house immediately.
Yeah. But definitely, it's really interesting. It sort of it raises a lot of issues.
Yeah, I liked it. I just say I'm glad if we saw any documentaries. This is the one we saw.
Yeah.
But would you say? I think we'll cut the cinema release out of the mix altogether because I don't think it's going to go to many cinemas, if any. So would you say? Do you want to buy this on DVD or rent it?
I'd probably buy this actually. I was really intrigued by the whole, but because it educated me in an area that I previously, I thought I understood a fair amount of, but then it turned out that I.
Do you know what
actually
do you know what? I would buy it as well.
Yeah.
But the reason is, but I buy it not just to rewatch it. I buy it also because then I could give it to my mates. So they.
Yeah, I would 100% show it to other people.
Yeah, no, I'd want to give that. I'd want to give it to the guys in my local metal club because I think they'd love this as well. I think I can highly recommend it.
Yeah. And even if they didn't like the song, or even if they thought that they sounded shit, I actually thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, I thought they were pretty good actually.
Yeah,
I think they're certainly better than if you and me tried to form a band.
Questionable. No, I'm joking.
No, mate. I sound shite, and you, and I haven't heard you play, but I actually think you're probably better than me.
Well, I can't play at all, to be honest. So don't worry about it. I'll just scream. And you can find the drums, etc. But yeah, so definitely worth watching. Very interesting. Highlights a lot of issues.
Oh god, let's sort this one down. Let's go. By the time we're uploading this, we're probably in the cinema watching Five Fingers of Marseille.
True.
Hello, future us.
Well, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you very much.
And yeah.
Good night. And good night. We're going to bed.